Hey, guess what? I'm on Patreon. Get bonus episodes of The Band Writer and The Band Artist for only $1 per month, plus other random extras as well. Just follow the link in the description. Today I'm going to talk about Kindle Direct Publishing, or KDP. This is for anyone who may be interested in self-publishing a book that way, but doesn't know much about it yet. We live in an age when anyone can publish a book on Amazon for literally no cost if they want. In the past, the only way to get published was to submit your manuscript to a publishing house. You might have hired an agent to help with the process, and it would have taken a lot of time. You would have expected to receive a lot of rejection letters, even if your book had all the elements it needed in order to be successful. Quick fact, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter was rejected 12 times. Anne Frank's Diary was rejected 15 times. William Golding's Lord of the Flies was rejected 20 times. Dr. Seuss was initially rejected 27 times. Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind was rejected 38 times. And C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia was rejected 800 times. Ouch. Even Stephen King famously said, "By the time I was 14, the nail in my wall would no longer support the weight of the rejection slips impaled upon it. I replaced the nail with a spike and went on writing." The great thing about KDP is that there's no gatekeeper to decide who gets published and who doesn't. The bad thing about KDP is that there's no gatekeeper to decide who gets published and who doesn't. When you publish on Amazon, you're going to have a lot of competition. That's why it's important to do a few things. First, invest in a good cover. If you're an artist, you can make the cover yourself, but if not, I recommend finding a reputable book cover designer with good ratings. My favorite cover designer is German Creative on Fiverr.com. She's done 2 book covers for me for less than $30 each, and both are amazing and really high quality. I've seen the same quality of work that cost hundreds. The second thing you'll want to do is advertise your book. I'm no expert at this, but I have dabbled in advertising with my nonfiction titles. You can run Amazon ads to promote your books to Amazon shoppers, or you can find advertisers on other sites such as Fiverr. Just make sure their ratings are good. Or you can even run ads on social media sites like Facebook. This may seem really complicated, but if I could figure it out, trust me, you can too. With Facebook ads, you can set the amount you're willing to pay up front, and they won't charge you more than that amount. You really have total control. I've never been gypped. Another thing I'd suggest is to take advantage of the promotional options within KDP that don't cost you anything, especially the free book promotions. This lets you mark your ebook as free for up to 5 days at a time. As a result, more people download your book, which hopefully leads to an increase in sales after the promotion ends, and also an increase in reviews. I can't stress this enough. Reviews are important. The more 5-star reviews you have, the better your book will sell. Hardly anyone buys a book with no reviews, and it's even harder to sell a book with bad reviews. But getting reviews can be tricky, and Amazon is notoriously strict about it. You can't swap reviews with other authors. You can't offer any kind of compensation at all in exchange for reviews. You can't even ask for reviews from relatives, friends, or coworkers. If you do, Amazon will find out. It may take a while, but they will find out. Some people in the KDP forums have claimed that Amazon has ties to Facebook and other social media platforms, so they'll be tipped off if an author and reviewer have any personal connections. I don't know if that's true or not, but it certainly feels true. Amazon is very good at finding out if reviews aren't 100% organic, and when they do, they'll ban the reviewer from ever reviewing anything on Amazon again. This has happened to so many people. I'm sure this won't surprise anyone, but I was banned from reviewing Amazon products for 6 years. When I first started publishing nonfiction ebooks, I did review swaps with other authors. I skimmed over Amazon's rules at the time, and it looked like review swaps were probably acceptable, but then around 2016 or so, I'm not really sure exactly, Amazon updated their rules to specifically prohibit review swaps. The reason was because a lot of swappers had been leaving dishonest 5-star reviews, sometimes without ever having read the book. I saw this every day in the swap groups I was in. It was a big problem, and I do understand why Amazon had to intervene. When I found out about the policy change, I stopped doing review swaps, even though those reviews had been vital to my business. Unfortunately, I hadn't heard the news soon enough, so I had done a bunch of swaps after the rules changed, but before I knew about it. Amazon found out months later and banned me from doing reviews. At first, I just accepted this because technically I was responsible for not reading the updated rules soon enough and for breaking one of them. But after a few years, I decided to reach out to customer support and explain the situation and see if there was any way they'd be willing to lift the ban. My messages were ignored at first, but after a few polite tries that were spaced a few months apart, someone eventually did lift the ban for me, so I can leave reviews again. But now I'm kind of afraid to. So definitely be careful when it comes to reviews, because you wouldn't want your family or friends to get banned like I did. One thing you can do, as far as I know, is include a page at the beginning or the end of your book asking readers to please leave an honest review. When I first signed up with KDP back in, I think it was 2014, the process was pretty easy. I did need to give them a lot of personal information, which was uncomfortable but necessary in order to run my business and receive income. A lot of people worry about taxes when it comes to selling things online, but Amazon automatically generates a 1099 form at tax time, and I get mine in an email, so all I have to do is just print it out and give it to my accountant. It's really not painful at all. In your KDP account, you'll have a bookshelf where all of your published books are kept, as well as any drafts that you've started. After you publish a book, you can go in there and make changes anytime you want. You can change the price, description, title, and author name, I'm pretty sure. Even the cover image or the manuscript itself. There have been so many times when I publish a book and then I read it on my Kindle and I'm like, how did I miss that typo? And then I go back and fix it. I should also mention that when you publish through KDP, you're publishing an ebook version by default, but it also allows you to make the same book available in print. I haven't tried that yet, but I've heard it's not very complicated either. And again, none of this costs a dime. There's no fee for publishing through KDP. If you want to invest in like a nice looking cover or you want to put some money toward advertising, that's up to you, but it's not required. Amazon makes their money by keeping a portion of each sale. You, as the author, keep either 35% or 70% of each sale. If you price a book within their desired range of $2.99 to $9.99, it gives you the option to keep 70% of your earnings. Anything above or below that range, you keep 35%. The lowest you can price your book is 99 cents, and the highest is $200, although I don't know anyone who would pay that much for a book. It's just the range that KDP offers. You'll also be able to see your reports. This is where you can track sales, free downloads, and pages read. There's also a community for talking to other authors and publishers and a marketing page that I haven't fully explored yet, but that includes some of the advertising stuff I mentioned before. Hopefully this gives you a nice little introduction to Kindle Direct Publishing and what you can expect from it. I know it would have been better with some visuals, but number one, I'm still kind of new to this making videos thing, and I'm trying to just keep it mostly audio for now. And number two, I'm not sure if we're actually allowed to show our own KDP like dashboards and things. I heard that we're not allowed to show our reports and stuff, so I just didn't want to risk crossing any lines. I could be totally misinformed, I don't know. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys, and if you're thinking about doing this, go for it. I wish you all the best. Well, that's all for this episode. If you'd like to help me out, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Another way you can help is to check out my Etsy store for fun and unique items. Just follow the link in the description below. And if you're a Christian artist, writer, or other creative type of person, please consider joining my Facebook community called All Christian Artists and Writers. Shalom!